continuing to compete with incumbents will really be a challenge for fintech in a post-COVID world. Chris Skinner recently wrote, quote, "Banks don't die. They may be zombies, failed, broken, wrong, stupid, dumb, or whatever words you want to use, but you can't kill them," end quote. In fact, both incumbents and fintech have something the other wants now more than ever before in this post-COVID world. Fintechs have the capabilities, the technologies, the operational mindsets that incumbents need to bridge the consumer experience, expectation, and communication gaps that COVID has exposed. On the other side of the coin, incumbents have the audience and the access to communities, both digital communities as well as physical communities, much more so than fintech. And it's the access to the audience, to the communities, that fintechs require for scale. So instead of trying to disrupt and kill off the incumbents, the traditional banks, and the credit unions, the biggest opportunity I see for fintechs and incumbents is to approach the future with shared abundance. You see, Peter Diamandis once wrote, "The future is better than you think." And that's where there's an opportunity to collaborate together and commit to transform banking for good. We've talked about why it's important to address the capability and communication gap COVID has exposed for traditional banks and credit unions. We've also have explored what the incumbents can do to bridge these gaps through fintech collaboration opportunities. And now I'd like to wrap up and share with you how COVID provides a peek into the future for your financial brand as well as for your fintech. Because I look at COVID and I see it really as a preview of all the exponential changes that we will experience as an individual personally, as a team, and as an organization over the next 5 to 10 years in the age of AI. This is why I predict, both as an individual as well as a team and an organization, mindset will be far more of a strategic asset. Mindset will be more of a competitive advantage than technology alone to maximize your future digital growth potential in a post-COVID world. There are, in fact, two mindsets that you must consider and choose from for which you will create and build your future around. The first is a fixed mindset, which looks out at the world and says gloomily, "My best days are behind me." The fixed mindset gets stuck dwelling on the days of old, pining for the physical world of brick and mortar, the good old days. As for digital, people with fixed mindsets tell themselves they are never going to make it in this brave new world because, well, we just don't have the capabilities that the other guys have. Now, of course, we know this is not true because, once again, there are tremendous opportunities for incumbent financial brands, for traditional banks and credit unions to quickly gain new capabilities with collaboration through fintechs. This complaint, though, if it's not challenged, of longing for the good old days or we just don't have the capabilities, it'll become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because this complaint, it's just an easy way to avoid conflict, to avoid the challenges that in the end you must commit to confronting with courage and confidence. Because as we've seen from the hundreds of other legacy brands, retail brands that have fallen victim to the retail apocalypse, it was their leaders with fixed mindsets that kept them trapped in their caves of complacency because they feared facing any type of criticism, they feared failure, they feared change, so they gave up, they quit, and they died. Alternatively, And this is the mindset that I hope you choose, your team chooses, your organization chooses, and it must be an organizational commitment. The second mindset is that of a growth mindset. And a growth mindset looks out at the world with gleaming eyes full of hope and says, our best days have yet to come. Our best days are ahead of us. The future is bigger. The future will be better. The future will be brighter for all of us. Leaders with growth mindsets are excited and energized about the future that they have the power to shape. They have the power to create. Looking ahead into the future, I truly predict that your AQ and your EQ, your adaptability quotient, and your emotional intelligence will be far greater, will be far more important than your IQ in the age of AI. So what do? Put bluntly, you must get comfortable being uncomfortable in a post-COVID world. The best way to start this exercise is today. Take a cold shower, and then tomorrow, take another cold shower. And then the next day, take another cold shower, and you will train your mind to get comfortable being uncomfortable to environmental changes. Simple exercise, massive payoff. A little bit of pain in the short term for long-term gain going forward. In addition to getting comfortable being uncomfortable, you must also be empathetic to others who might not be transforming their thinking, their behaviors, their actions as quickly as you are on your own digital growth journey from good to great. Because digital growth is, in fact, a journey. It is a journey that begins in the mind. It is a journey of transformation. And there are 4 transformations that have to happen for you to maximize your financial brand's post-COVID digital growth potential. And it all starts with the self. It starts with you. Only then can you move from the individual to transform the team and to expand that transformation from the team to the entire organization. Because then and only then can you transform the lives of people in the communities that you serve to guide them beyond their financial stress towards a bigger, better, and brighter future. And yes, I truly do believe that even during what feels like the dark, cold days of a COVID winter, the future is bright. And I want to thank you for giving me an opportunity to light your path this year and guide you, guide your team, guide your financial brand as you have continued to move forward and make progress along your own digital growth journey.